As a proactive government, the Lagos State government, through its Ministry of Education, has always come up with policies and ideas aimed at improving the standard of education in the state. Once again, the State Ministry of Education, headed by the amiable Commissioner, Honorable Olayinka Olatunjoye, recorded another landmark achievement, this time around in the presentation of uniform attestation certificates to primary school leavers in the state. Speaking at the event, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Mrs. Omolara Ebugbogbo, stated that this initiative was the first of its kind.
What we are doing today is first of its kind in the history of education since we started the Basic 9. The Commissioner was being proactive. That, take for instance, when a child leaves a school, maybe at primary 6 or GS2 or midway, how do we assess the person, the student? We should be able to show that, yes, I have gone through primary 1 to 6. This is an evidence.
According to the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Olayinka Olatunjoye, every child must have evidence of completing primary 6.
I think it is not right for children to go through primaries 1 to 6 and there will be no evidence of such attendance. You can give them YA certificate, you can give them BS certificate, MSc certificate. I think the foundation for me is very important and cogent. And if a child gets a certificate, psychologically that child is fulfilled and then the child will want to build more. And apart from that, what we're doing today is supposed to be a fallout of our reform that we have done. The reform is this, that a child must go through primary 1 to 6. That child is eligible to go into JSS1.
The attestation certificates were presented to the head teachers. In an interview with Education Report on TV, the Commissioner for Education spoke extensively on this new initiative.
For me, I think every child should have that as an evidence of completion of primary 6. That's the foundation to support them to greater height, I think. And for us as government, we have always said every child should complete primary 6. So for us, it's even another evidence that that child is ready to go into JSS1. Because we have said it that even if you pass your exam, you must have your CAS results to show that you had gone through primaries 1 to 6. So evidentially, that's what we have now today that we are giving to them. And their pictures are there. So forever, they will cherish that kind of thing that we're giving to them.
On the part, the Chairman State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Mrs. Bola Daudu, disclosed that this new initiative was the right step in the right direction.
I think the idea is highly desirable because despite the fact that the Universal Basic Education Act ensures or put it mandatory for all children of school age to reach up to GSS 3, basic 1 to 9. It is still essential that when they finish their primary school, they should have a kind of document that will say that at least they have passed through primary school before going to GSS 1 and 3.
The Director, Lagos State's Examinations Board, Mr. Oluwafemi Hassan, highlighted some of the benefits of the attestation certificates.
The Commissioner just felt, okay, if they leave the primary school to secondary school, there must be something to show that such people actually or did pass through primary 6 in Lagos State. And you see, we've seen cases where people come from embassy, this and that, requesting for one thing or the other to show that they actually passed through primary 6. The Navy, yesterday Navy was in my office. They came to confirm some candidates whether they actually passed through primary 6. This is just what the idea is all about.
Head teachers of some schools also shared their views.
What we are here for today, I really appreciate it because this is the first of its kinds. The parents have been worrying us in schools that how can a child pass out from primary school without certificate or any evidence to show that he or she has passed out. We always tell them that something will be done with faith. And I thank God, I really appreciate what really happened today by giving us something to show that the pupils have really attended the primary school.
In fact, I'm very happy because from the past, we have not been able to collect all this type of certificates. Our school now will be appreciating this idea that once you do your living certificate, you collect it instantly. It's very good. And this one will promote the education in Lagos State.
In all, the introduction of uniform attestation certificates to primary school leavers in Lagos State is a welcome development, as it will spur these primary school leavers to greater heights.
The new edition of your exciting Lagos Schools Journal is out. All public primary schools can obtain their copies from their local government education authority. Public junior and senior secondary schools can get theirs from their respective education districts. Private schools can pick up copies at Room 5, Bako House, Alausa, Secretariat, Ikeja. And yes, the e-edition is available on www.lagosschoolsonline.com. For inquiries, please call 080-3323-2771. The Lagos Schools Journal, education news at its best.
It is no longer news that HIV/AIDS is real and has no cure. Consequently, to stem the spread of HIV/AIDS amongst the in-school youths, as well as inculcate in these young ones several abstinence measures while educating them on how to deal with peer pressure, the Lagos State government integrated into the existing school subject the family life and HIV education curriculum. In view of this, a sensitization program was held recently on the implementation of this curriculum in Lagos State junior secondary schools. In her opening remarks, the Director of Finance and Administration, Lagos State Ministry of Education, Mrs. Ebun Oladimeji, who represented the Permanent Secretary, stated that the prevalence rate of HIV/AIDS amongst the in-school youths is 2.2% in Lagos State. Hence, it's important for the state government to take a proactive measure.
The incidence of HIV/AIDS among us in-school cannot be overemphasized. The prevalence rate in the state is 2.2%. According to the 2013 National AIDS Reproductive Health Survey. Through collaborative efforts with public-spirited non-governmental organizations like Action Health Incorporated, the state has trained over 2,000 teachers in FLHA, and the trained teachers have since commenced implementation in all public junior secondary schools in the state.
In his presentation, the Director, Action Health Incorporation, Dr. Ngwem Esie, took his time in sensitizing the participants on key intervention areas on curriculum institutionalization in Lagos State.
Hospital-based studies show that over 60% of patients with unsafe abortion-related complications are young girls between the ages of 10 and 19. Because once they become pregnant, they cannot come to the school counselor. They cannot come to Madam Principal or Mr. Principal. They will not tell mommy, they will not tell daddy. They will look for a way around it. And that way is always a dangerous way. We are saying that if Nigeria will make it, we must have the right investment in our young people at the right time, in the right amount, and prepare them for the future. This is why teachers, principals, very critical elements in this delivery.
The program was an interactive session as the participants shared their views while exchanging ideas and asking questions.
If children hear information, sometimes they want to be tempted to want to practice. How do you prevent that in the presentation of this very important matter?
Many of us use the pulpit approach. The pulpit approach does not work. You know the idea between information and knowledge. And the idea between knowledge and understanding. And there's a difference between knowledge, understanding, and communication. Because communication is what we need.
What effort are you making to extend the functions of the organization to the primary school level?
We know that SUBE, they've been trying. But you see, they need a strong partner. And I'm going to be a strong partner. You need to have the resources. junior secondary schools, Lagos has like 350 or 360. And we can train 2 teachers. The problem with primary school, I will tell you, 1 teacher in the class. So you have to train all the teachers. You have to have a cumulative effect.
We have been seeing pornography film with students. How can we deal with that such a situation?
First is, what is the extent of the engagement? Is it whole school or whole class or a group? Or is it an individual? Because we will engage with them at the point of counseling. Now, we also need to find out about their family backgrounds.
The Director of Private Education and Special Programs, Lagos State Ministry of Education, Mrs. Sewanu Amosu, spoke on the idea behind the event.
We discovered that the children are coming, they are really engaging in sexuality, in sex at an earlier stage than we did at our own time, and we felt it was necessary for us to educate them about what it's all about. And I'm hoping that it will delay the onset of sexual activities in the children. We have been able to embed this in 2 major subjects, that is social studies and basic science. And the teachers have been trained all over. We have more than 2,000 teachers that have been trained in Lagos State to be able to teach this aspect of it when they get there in the classroom.
Some of the participants at the seminar also spoke to Education Report on TV.
This program of FHLE is very, very important and educative. Well, the role of ANCOPS will be to ensure that the principals really monitor and enforce this program in schools.
With this new awareness being created in the minds of the principals, it will further go to the grassroots. First, we're all aware of the challenges as related to the health and life planning in our school, as related to the teenagers. We will get down and create a forum to interact with our parents, because we believe those are the other stakeholders that are not getting well along with us.
The sensitization program on family life and HIV education curriculum implementation in junior secondary schools was indeed an eye-opener for the participants, as they gave kudos to the organizers for putting together such an educating program.